Good morning, good afternoon. My name is Eric Barnfine with Forest River Diesel Class A Division. I'd like to introduce you to the Berkshire XL 37B. We're inside the 37B. What I first like to point out of this 37B is our repost gray Dove interior option that we have. The repost gray will be your cabinet colors. The Dove will be the furniture color. And let's go ahead and jump up to the cockpit. I'd like to point out just a few features of this cockpit. For the passenger side, what you're gonna notice is we do a nice robust workstation. Your passenger chair is gonna be power. It's also gonna focus a footrest. So going down the road becomes super comfortable. As we move kind of to the middle of this cockpit area, what you're gonna see is our big 10.1-inch screen for our radio. This is gonna have a co-pilot GPS or a GPS system that I can put the width, the length, the height in. So it's only gonna route me down roads that I fix. On the driver's side here, you're also gonna notice we're also gonna feature a power seat here. It will not have that footrest, but what you will have is you will have that little ability to adjust everything. And then I'd like to talk about what's over my head right now. You know, when you get to a spot and you're camping, a lot of people like to swivel these cockpit seats around, but this overhead space kind of becomes a space that is underutilized. So what we do is we put a bed over top here because nobody likes to break down their furniture if they just are sleeping an additional guest. This is nice and simple, it's power, it's a 500-pound capacity. There is a netting that goes around it. Let me run that back up. Now we're gonna talk about the living room area. So if you notice, the main sofa is gonna be on the camp side of the coach. Now this sofa is gonna be a Villa Comfort Fit sofa, but this sofa, if you leave it as a standard sofa, is gonna feature a hide-a-bed underneath. But my option here would be to do theater seating directly across from the main TV, and that theater seating would be power. As we move across, you notice that this is an opposing sofa floor plan, or a zoned living floor plan. When those cockpit seats are swiveled and you have people that you're trying to entertain, this becomes a great entertaining space in the coach. Now let's move over to the dinette. The dinette, one thing that I like about the dinettes that we do is they're nice and large to where you can actually get 4 true adults. Next to the dinette, you're gonna find our fireplace. We like to include these because they're 5,000 BTUs of heat for electric heat. Across from the dinette, you're gonna enter your kitchen area. The nice thing about the kitchen is they got plenty of countertop space. A couple key features I always like to point out, what makes this a Berkshire XL is that you're gonna get a dishwasher standard. You also have a nice large 23 cubic foot French door fridge. The fridge will have water in it, it'll also have an ice maker. So we move past the fridge, you're gonna get to the pantry. The pantry is a nice, deep, large pantry with adjustable shelving. So all your items will fit. Now let's move into the bathroom. You know, this is a side aisle bathroom, but it is a large enough bathroom to, you know, I could get in that shower, I could turn around, I got plenty of space. The big thing with this floor plan is you're 38 feet, 8 inches long, so it's the shortest that we can build with that opposing sofas. Now let's move to the bedroom. If you look at the bedroom storage, up top here, you're gonna have a lot of hanging storage. And then in the bottom here, you're gonna have your dresser drawers. Now you're gonna pick up additional hanging storage back here. So I could definitely use this coach for a snowbird. And then behind me is your stackable washer and dryer. Now let's talk about the bed. We run a power tilt-a-view bed. Our bed size is gonna be a 72 by 80 king bed. We're also gonna use a pillow top foam mattress on this bed. So I can leave this bed up if I'm watching TV, or I can run it fully down to sleep comfortably. As we walk up front in the coach, a couple key things that I always like to point out that make our product different. You're gonna notice a lot of a residential feel on this coach. What I mean by that is real true porcelain tile floors. These, in a Berkshire XL, they will be heated floors with an electric heat pad. The wood is gonna be real solid wood. Your solid surface countertops everywhere from the dinette to the bathroom countertops to your kitchen. I'd like to point out some of the exterior features of this Berkshire 37B. What you're gonna find is you're gonna have keyless entry. Now this is gonna be available on everything that we build. Next to that, I always like to point out the Freightliner partnership nameplate that we put on this. We select Freightliner chassis because they give us the features that help optimize and make this really a value coach. This coach is actually going to feature Freightliner's new V-Series suspension. What does that mean? That means that I'm going to get VFS up front here in the rear. That VFS system is going to reduce my brake dive, and it's also going to reduce that rolling effect that I would normally get through that front axle as I'm driving this thing around. As we move down the side of the coach, I'm going to point out the paint job that we do on this coach. What you're going to notice is that this paint job, number one, we're going to call this our harbor exterior, but this is going to be a BASF paint. It's also going to have 4 layers of clear coat over it. That clear coat's going to help protect it longer, and it's also going to make it to where usually if I would scratch or do anything on this, I can buff it out. So, and really make this paint job last. Then we get to underneath the awning, what you're gonna find is your outside entertainment center. For us, what that means is a nice large LG TV paired with a sound bar. A couple of the other cool features, I kind of like to backtrack to go through some of the basement with you guys. So I am gonna get a little bit of storage here, but the bulk of my storage is actually gonna be these next 2 bays. This front one, you're gonna find a pass-through tray, but it is full pass-through storage here, and it's going to be full pass-through storage in this bay also. You know, I was talking about Freightliner's new V-Series suspension, and we kind of went over the VFS when we were at the front axle. But in this rear axle, you have that V-Ride rear suspension. You know, that V-Ride rear suspension paired with that VFS front suspension, or the V-Series suspension, is really gonna limit that body roll effect and take out that road vibration as you're driving to your destination. So it's just gonna make that transition and that travel easier. The other thing, what I haven't talked about yet, is that what makes this product unique is that it's gonna be built on a Freightliner 380 platform. That's gonna feature a Cummins ISL 8.9 liter motor, which is gonna be located right back here. It's also gonna be paired with an Allison 3000 series motorhome transmission, along with 4-wheel disc brakes. We are the only builders in the industry using the 380 platform from Freightliner with 4-wheel disc brakes. What does that transition to? Well, it transitions to this tow hitch right here. Every Berkshire XL that we build currently is going to feature a 15,000-pound tow capacity. We're also going to couple that up with Freightliner's brake sync system, or this airline right here. And what that's going to do is that, like, if I'm taking a tow vehicle with an Air Force One braking system, all the work to the coach is actually done. And that Air Force One braking system is going to couple off the brakes of this coach. So it makes traveling around even that much more convenient. As we walk to the drive side of this coach, or the driver's side, what I like to always feature is some of our convenience features. If you notice, we have a power cord reel. This is going to be a 50 amp coach. The nice thing about having a power cord reel is that the retraction of the power cord becomes that much easier. So we move up to the bay right in front of it. What you're going to find is you're going to find our 6-volt house batteries. You're also going to have a 200-watt solar panel on the roof here. You have additional ports where I could add more solar if I wanted to. Moving up to your plumbing bay, what I always like to point out on the plumbing bay, if you notice on the side here, this is what makes us unique and different. We run what we like to call a water manifold system. Everything has clear shutoffs, it's all labeled. What a water manifold system does for this coach is it equalizes the water temperature and equalizes the water pressure. That means I can do dishes and I can take a shower at the same time, and my water temperature will be consistent at both locations and my pressure will be consistent on both locations. As we move up to the next bay, here's one of the things that makes this product the most unique. We do have a central vac system, and that what you're seeing there is the Dirt Devil canister for it. But it's really going to be the Chinook Oasis system. What that Chinook Oasis system is it's a hydronic heating system for the coach. What hydronic heating means is it's a diesel heating system and an electric heating system. That means that there's no propane on any Berkshire XL. The reason why people like this system is, number one, I can carry more diesel fuel than what I can carry propane with me. And number two, there are tunnels around the country to where you can't drive through the tunnel with the amount of propane you'd be carrying with an RV. So that's where this term all electric is coming into the industry. What we like about the Chinook Oasis system is that it has some diagnostics on the side. It's very efficient. It has, it's 50,000 BTU off the diesel heat, but it's going to be 3,000 on the electric side. So you'll have double the amount of heating elements over what a 400D aqua hot system would be. One of the coolest features that we paired with Freightliner to do for this Berkshire XL, and it's available on this 37B, is going to be this road watch system that they're running. That road watch system is going to be a radar system that's going to give me that adaptive cruise control. So like I said, you take the VFS or the V-Series suspension, couple it up with the road watch. What that's going to give me is that's going to give me the best driving experience that I could have. Thanks for joining me today on the walkthrough of the Berkshire 37B. If you'd like to explore more information, feel free to go to our website, ForestRiverInc.com/BerkshireXL.